everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not, welcome back. Excuse me. Today I have a pre-plan for next week, March the 8th through the 14th. And what I have here, okay, bear with me, okay? I tried to do something a little different. You know me. I'm always trying to do something a little different. This is a classic vertical spread in my Happy Planner social media. I don't normally decorate it quite this heavily. Sometimes I do, because I have statistical stuff that I keep written down, and it doesn't always have to be a wide open functional spread. I do have a video coming that is functional versus creative, so be watching for that. I think I'm actually going to do that video next, because you can do both. What I did here was I had scrapbook paper that I purchased from Joann's. This was an actual 8.5 by 11 sheet of scrapbook paper that looks like shiplap. I ran the shiplap, hopefully as Joanna Gaines would, and put it here, then overlapped it, and then offset it down here. So, and then I went ahead and glued all that down, and I cut it, trimmed it up, cut the spine, and I put the piece here. Now, I know there's not anything right here, but wait for it. So, I was going to, and I forgot. I didn't wipe that out just because it matches. And that's one of the reasons I went with this scrapbook selection that I did, because it does match everything. Now, what I did was I took, this was once a whole page of scrapbook paper, okay? And I took this paper and I decided that I was going to, I don't know, I was going to make this try to look like Blue Willow. Remember Blue Willow dishes? I mean, I think everybody's probably heard of Blue Willow dishes. My grandmother had a set of the actual real deal Blue Willow dishes, and I loved them. Is that straight? I like to make sure. Okay, now if everything's not 100% kosher on here, it's okay. You can cover up dates. You can cover up the month. You can cover up everything if you want to. That is completely and totally personal and up to you. And then I'm going to put this here. And is that the right one? Yeah. And that's going to go there. This was sticking way up, and I decided, don't like the way that looks. So what we're going to do, what did I do with my paper? Well, I had a whole sheet of paper laying here. Probably went on the floor. That's okay. And I'm going to glue down these florals. And yes, I still have the same crickety chair, because my budget has went completely off the rails. We'll just put it that way. So I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to take my good old Dollar Tree glue stick. Helps if you roll it up the right way. Okay. I've been working on this for about an hour. I couldn't make up my mind what I wanted to do. Now, an hour later, I was still sitting here. So, I had this torn. The paper was torn, like it had been ripped out of a book. And the more I looked at it, to me, the messier that it looked. And I just felt like the shiplap was a lot already. And I just, it was just too much. So I trimmed it up. I thought it did give it a prettier look. Try to get those edges if you use scrapbook paper, because it does make a difference. Okay, I'm going to lay this down. And this can be forgiving if you don't get it placed down the first time just right, okay? I like to press it down in the heat of my hand to try to get that to adhere and get all my edges. There's a little tiny piece right here that I'm going to trim up. There, that's a little better. Now the hard part. What I'm going to do is put this together as best I can. See, this page is off just a little bit, which is not surprising. I'm going to fold this over so that it doesn't adhere to itself. Put it over here because when I get ready to lay it down, I'm going to try to get it on there as precise as I can. Really trying to get these edges on this so it really does stick down really well. Okay. Now, let's hold this paper together. I can see the paper, so don't panic. This is about as close as it's going to get. And then we're going to go and we're going to flip this over. And if you like that spread right there, that's from the back side of this, the video, I can link the video. It was a very challenging video. And I got a lot of like I was sort of surprised. I got a lot of amazing feedback on this video from the planner community. So I'm super proud of it. So if you'd like to see more, and that is so pretty. I love how that turned out. I just feel like a set of dishes is going to jump off a shelf or something. I love this. I'm just edging this up a little bit, a little frayed there. Get all those pieces off. Now, do you see where I'm going with my inspiration? Helps if you put your pages back the right way. I was like, what's wrong with this plan? Alrighty, and I know the paper's curled a little bit, but once you put this in your planner, and if your planner's as thick as mine, which mine is about that thick now, I had to get new discs. It'll flatten out. I promise you, it will flatten out. I love this. Now, at the top, what we're going to do is this is going to go right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over. Now, I want to show you all that you can have a functional and creative. This may end up being my functional and creative video. Just because you can make something super pretty, creative, busy, and decorate it to the nines, you know? And it can still have massive functionality to it, okay? All right. I'm usually a hot mess when I get done doing this. But you know what? Use what you have, people. Use what you have, because this is all I have right now. My budget is in the gutter. And that's okay, because it won't be in a couple more weeks. You have to go through a little sacrifice sometimes to get where you're going. You know, paying bills off isn't always easy. All right, now I'm going to flip this upside down because I don't need to have a catastrophe, okay? I'm going to flip it upside down so that we line up our center. Now, what I want to do, now you all know if you've watched any of my videos, I try to not block off or overlap a flower. So I cut this intentionally so that I could Put this one here. I got the shakes today. I haven't ate breakfast. And it can exactly, I'm going to trim it just a little bit more. And it won't overlap a flower. Because I don't know. I think the florals sometimes are so gorgeous that you don't want to miss it. You know what I mean? So we're going to take this, and it's going to just barely, see that? Put this together. And it's supposed to, this, like I said, this can be difficult. There you go. And this needs to go right there. Am I good or what? All right. We'll see when I get ready to put it down. Might end up being like, hello. All right. I'm just going to do my best. And I'm hoping that you're seeing where my thoughts are going on this. I really do think you're going to like it once I get it on the page. Now, glue all over me. I'm going to try to hold this together. And I'm going to try this page does not want to line up. There we go. I didn't do too bad. Pretty fair. And I know it's not 100%, but once you put this in your planner book, it's not going to be 100% anyway. That's the whole point. You can't really tell, and if it's off just by a hair, that, you know, you're off like a centimeter or something. You're not going to be able to tell it. I'm going to get it together here in a minute. See there? Isn't that cute? Oh, that's just the planner page. I don't have to wipe that out because I don't like how that blue right there is showing. And I use a jelly roll. I don't always like the finished product on the jelly rolls because they will peel the ink right back up. So just, you know, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, one more, guys, one more. This one is going to be the same way. It's going to be right there. I need to cut that little tiny point off, don't I? So it doesn't look weird. Okay, pretty good. All right, now let me go ahead and get this one. And then I'm going to show you the functionality part. And I'm going to be doing like several because, you know, I do use my planners. It's not all about the decorating part. And I do need them to be functional. And I just don't want people to feel like you can't have a pretty planner page and not enjoy it. You know what I mean? Man, I couldn't have got that on there better if I'd tried. I told y'all in the beginning of the week, I felt like God was testing me. Whew. And I felt like I was failing. But things finally turned around a little bit. This was a challenge this morning, but at least I got it. All right, then we're going to put our glue stick up. Remember, get that cap on there, guys, because if you don't, they do dry out horribly. Okay. Now, let's talk about functionality, shall we? we've got it all decorated, all pretty, okay? I think it looks just like, it reminds me so much of Blue Willow dishes. It really does. What you can do, okay, you could take a blue pen. I probably don't have one. Any kind of blue pen, and if you wanted to, you can go down through here and you could put, you know, bullets or whatever. And because you know that this comes down through here, you know that those are your pages. I think to keep it looking super simple and super pretty, without going crazy, you could do something really simple if you wanted to. You could take some washi that exactly matches it, and you could just run lines if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that, but, you know, find a washi that matches it. You could do that, okay? Then what we're going to do is I'm going to see if I can find some, yeah, here we go. I love to use the little dots, the little bullets. Let's try this. Maybe there's a bunch of stuff in here. Okay. I really don't like myself very good when I'm not got stuff already planned out. It aggravates me because I don't like to keep people waiting, and I don't like to be indecisive. All right, I think what I'm going to do is, I really like this right here, this Happy Plans, but I think this one looks like a light periwinkle, but I think that we could pull it off, and I'm going to put Happy Plans right there, and then I have room to write whatever I want. And like I said, I want to try to stay within this blue aesthetic here. Let me see. These are purpley blue. You know, when you're looking for blue, what's funny is you can't find blue. When you're not looking for blue, that's all you can find. Really? I mean, do you all have the same problem? I may end up going with this real sparkly silver because, ooh, this patches. So here we go. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to show you. So you could take a sticker like this if you didn't want to draw lines or whatever that exactly matches, and you could just put this like so. Now, it might be a little bit purpley looking, but I think that's a pretty good match considering. So then I think as not to put too much of that on there, because I do think it'll pull up the coloring. Okay, here we go. I think what I'm going to do is, if I do use a metallic, I'm going to use silver, because I think the silver and the blue just really super complement each other. Okay, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. Ooh, love it. I like to have a quote somewhere. So I think I'm going to put this like right here. And I did not really pre-plan this. I'm just sort of going with it, because I know that you all know that I do pre-plan a lot of my stuff. Almost all of my planner spreads are pre-planned. And I don't always want to do that. I want to be able to help you guys learn and see that I have my challenges about figuring out if something's right or if it's not right, or I'll just sit and I'll be like, what should I do now? really think I might. Both of those say to do. Since I have it all silver everywhere else. Because if I try to pull this up off of this page, I can tell you right now what's going to happen. It's going to rip it all to pieces. I think we might be there. Okay, I use stickers out of the Happy Planner jumbo book, the 60 sticker sheet book. I used stickers out of that. This was scrapbook paper from Joann's. And like I said, these stickers came out of that jumbo book. And this one also came out of that jumbo book. So those are all the books that I actually used for this spread. And like I said, you could put other things in here. I just thought that since this is sort of the super halo looking sticker boxes, that I just wanted to stay with that. I was going to nest in some of this, and I just thought, you know, that's going to be a little bit too much because they're not sparkly and all of that, and I just didn't want it to look funny. So there's that, and this is my pre-plan for the week of March the 8th through the 14th in my social media. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to punch it very quickly and try not to tear the entire thing up. I have had some serious disasters this week with this punch. Let me tell you. Go in there. See, when you make stuff and it's like super thick, it will get a little crazy on you. Let's punch this one. And that glue has had a chance to dry, so it's not going to mess up your little puncher things on your punch. I just like to make sure I got it in there, because I can't afford any more punch disasters. That was a mess. So there we go. That is so pretty. I love it. And this is for, like I said, March the 8th through the 14th in my social media planner. I hope that you enjoyed today's content and you found it interesting. If you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up. Also, if you would please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you as part of my planner family. And share me on social media. Tell your friends that also love planner content. I'm really trying to grow my channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you have a very blessed day. Be safe, be kind, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye.